Hi everyone, this is Vineet Pandey. Good evening. I hope आप लोग अभी ज्वाइन कर लेंगे थोड़ी देर में. It's an open session, and here we're gonna discuss how to prepare for NET exam in last 20-25 days. This is very important. So I'll be answering your questions. आपके जो questions हैं उनके आंसर किए जाएंगे. Hello Jainam. So all those who have questions, आप यहाँ पे अपने questions डालते जाइए regarding your paper preparations, strategy preparations, and I'll be answering you in detail. Moreover, it will be helping you to have a better strategy, better idea कि अभी last time में आपको क्या करना चाहिए. तो you'll be having a better idea of all those things. Here it's like fixed. Jaina, why frustrated? Why? क्या हुआ? ऐसे क्यों frustrated है? Hmm? I'll take this. मिट्टी छाड़नी पड़ेगी इसकी. So, good evening everyone, and here I'm going to answer some questions related to preparation. Somebody has asked me to teach Shakespeare. Well, this is not the right time to teach Shakespeare. There are videos available. You can watch my videos. What should I know? Which units can be given more preference? Okay, the question is that which unit should be given proper preference? So I think this time they will avoid world literature once again. So you can avoid world literature. What topics can be left? A question by Aishwarya. See, why do you have to leave the topic right now? If you have read and prepared everything, just revise it. This is the last 15 days. Only revision is required. You don't have to leave topics. Just change the strategy. No need to go in the depth of everything. No need to go in the details of all points, all notes, all the lines, all the summaries. Now just make it a skimming kind of thing. What is skimming? जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना सरसरी दृष्टि से देखना. Skimming is like you just look at something, change the page, look at something, change the page, that way. तेजश्री क्लासेस का ज्वाइन करना है, आप ऑफिस में बात कीजिए. You call the office. Aman, Dalit literature, you don't have to go in the depth of Dalit literature. No, you don't have to go in the depth of Dalit literature. Just remember 4 to 5 names of Dalit writers, their works, only this much. They don't ask questions from in depth. Last 5 units से कितने क्वेश्चन आएंगे? Approx 30-35. Good evening. Ask me questions. If you ask me question in English, you'll get the answer in English. If you ask me question in Hindi, I'll answer you in Hindi. If you आपको अगर हिंदी में आंसर चाहिए तो हिंदी में क्वेश्चन लिखिए. इंग्लिश में आंसर चाहिए तो इंग्लिश में कीजिए. हिमांशु आर्या, अवॉइड इंडियन राइटर्स राइट नाउ. नो नीड टू गो फॉर इंडियन राइटर्स. Only basic Indian writers. Just remember this lady, Ismat Chugtai for Lehaf. So make sure read Ismat Chugtai for Lehaf. Sadat Hasan Manto. There was a movie in Bollywood on Manto. So they may ask you a question on Manto. Then Girish Karnad recently passed away. So they may ask you a question on Girish Karnad. Mahesh Dattani is their favorite. Kiran Desai is a Booker awardee. She is very important. Arvind Adiga is a Booker awardee. They are very important. Focus on these writers first. For paper one, see, paper one is not that tough. All you have to do is, most of us are bad in maths and reasoning. मुझे भी maths reasoning नहीं आता है. तो क्या करते हैं? What I do is I focus on research, teaching aptitude, higher education, ICT, and people environment. Because here you can score certain points. Moreover, remember in research कि कितने methods हैं, what are those methods, and if these methods have some particular formula, you must identify those methods. Most of the questions in research are asked on the basis of methods only. So you can just basically read this. Please make a discussion on literary criticism. Big Singh, if you watch my video, there is a proper video on literary criticism, a complete video, about 40 minutes video. Abdul Hasim, if you're nervous about your net, you don't have to be nervous. It's a tough exam. It's okay. Some goals are so worthy. It's glorious even to fail. Just give your best. अपना बेस्ट लगा दो. एग्जाम ही तो है यार. जस्ट क्या है? जस्ट राइटर्स बेसिक. आशिया चौसर के 4 कैरेक्टर कौन से प्रेज़्ड हैं, वो मेरे वीडियो में आप देख सकते हो। सिंपल है यार, नाइट को प्रेज़ किया था, पार्सन को प्रेज़ किया था, प्लाउमैन को प्रेज़ किया था, स्टूडेंट को किया था। बट डोंट आस्क मी क्वेश्चंस, दीज़ क्वेश्चंस आर नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट नाउ। आप वीडियोज़ में चेक करो। See, there are 200 plus videos that I have made, and I avoid making videos on stupid topics. So if you actually feel like following me, go in the list of my video, check it out, and find out the relevant videos for your topics. शिप्रा राय, एम्बलम पोइट्री वही होती है जिसके अंदर आप किसी पर्टिकुलर साइन को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं। आपका जॉर्ज हर्बर्ट का ईस्टर विंग उसका एग्जाम्पल है। वेल, दिस वीडियो इज अबाउट स्ट्रेटेजी, नॉट अबाउट जीके क्वेश्चंस। आई लव इट। मुझे पता है मैं 90% प्लस आंसर भी करूंगा, बट स्टिल गो फॉर दी प्रिपरेशंस। See, Tirthankar, the advanced notes that we are providing you is the last minute preparation. If you can check, आपको Matthew Arnold, T.S. Eliot, इनके 10-10 questions, 15-15 questions हमने दिए हैं. These questions are either asked in set exam or in net exam. So what we are providing you right now in the online classes is just to make you perfect in those topics. अभी आपको और चीजें मिलेंगी, आपको जो notes मिले हैं Gothic literature पे with the Gothic video, all you have to do is relate करके उनको पढ़ते जाओ और जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ो. मनमीत बेदी कल्चर स्टडीज का दूसरा वीडियो आपको मिल जाएगा, उसमें राइटर्स मिल जाएंगे. आई हैव टॉट कल्चर स्टडीज इन वन वीडियो, वन प्राइवेट वीडियो आई हैव गिवन यू. नवीन कुमार, इन ऑनलाइन क्लासेस नॉन फिक्शन की डिटेल हमने दी है 25 बुक्स. ऑल यू हैव टू रिमेंबर इज फाइंड आउट 10 to 15 नॉन फिक्शन बुक डीलिंग विद द इश्यूज ऑफ इंडिया. बाबरी मस्जिद, इफ यू हैव वॉच्ड माय वीडियो, आई हैव गिवन 10 बुक्स ऑन बाबरी मस्जिद. 2018 last year exam, there was question number 38. It was on Babri Masjid. So that's how they ask non-fiction questions. You know what? Sometimes we just ask questions, but we don't actually work on it. Watch my videos. All those videos are very much relevant. डॉक्टर एम एस आलम, जितना पढ़ा है उतना किया है आपने? जितना किया उतना हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? और 200 तो बोला ही नहीं हमने, 100 बोला था. अभी इसमें से 15 समथिंग और बन गया, आपको लिंक मिलने वाला है. ऑफलाइन स्टूडेंट ऑलरेडी आर प्रिपेयर्ड, वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. समबडी हैज आस्क्ड मी क्वेश्चन कि ऑफलाइन लोगों को सजेस्ट करो. ऑफलाइन आर एक्चुअली इन बेनिफिट बिकॉज ऑनलाइन से ज्यादा उनको बहुत कुछ मिलता है. तो यू आर वेल प्रिपेयर्ड. जस्ट रिमेंबर माय एवरी लेक्चर इन द क्लास एंड फॉलो व्हाट आई से. Today few students they came to meet me in my office, and I asked them that how's your preparation going on. They said preparation is very well, sir. We have remembered everything. We know all the topics that you marked. We are prepared with everything. I asked them approx 15 to 20 questions, and they did not answer any of those. It was a matter of surprise. Even I said that this is disgusting. I am asking you easy questions that I have taught you in the classrooms. I have explained. Moreover, I have marked those questions as important questions. They said, sir, we have studied, but the moment you ask question, we become blank. This is one of the biggest problem with all of you. Like, I just ask you one easy question. One easy question. Who has written Morris, which has homosexual theme? Let's see who writes the answer. Who has written Morris with homosexuality? This is very fast going on. I can't read. Somebody has written D.S. Lawrence. Somebody has written Auden. Then few of you have written E.M. Foster. So just think about it. Morris, homosexuality concept, E.M. Foster. It's very famous. It's important work. But how far you remember those topics immediately? All of a sudden, आपको कैसे याद आएगा? So here, what you have to do is just remember that whatever you have read, if you do not revise, it won't be able, it won't be helping you to get maximum marks in the exam. See, Tree of Man, it has been asked 3 to 4 times. If you don't remember who has taught, who has written Tree of Man, you won't be getting the right answer. What if they just take a phrase, what the oblivion curse? Because see, when I teach you in easy way. When the paper setters, they ask questions in net exam. They do not use the simple way. They go for the toughest one. So what you have to do is, right now, let's imagine this is the book, right? Let's imagine this is your notes. So you cannot read from book 1, page 1 to the last page because these are only 15 days left. As a student, we feel like that we should read it in proper. No, have faith on your preparation. I believe you must have studied once, twice, or thrice. So now what you have to do is just open it, check few pages, and go for like this, skimming. This is how you have to check the notes because only 15 days are left. So all you have to do is just make sure that you remember most of important things. Recall those important things, and yes, work on your memory, because 6 months preparation will not help you if the last 3 hours your brain didn't work. अगर आपके दिमाग ने आपका साथ छोड़ दिया लास्ट के 3 घंटे में, तो आप गए. सो मेक श्योर रिमेंबर दैट. राघव, लिटरेरी थ्योरी में अभी डेप्थ में जाने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. ऑल द पॉइंट्स दैट आई हैव गिवन, ऑल द नोट्स दैट आई हैव गिवन, उनको प्रॉपर कर लो. आपका जो बाकी वीडियो है स्ट्रक्चरलिज्म वगैरह का, वो कल आपको अपलोड हो जाएगा. नो नीड टू गो इन द डेप्थ, अननेसेसरी मत जाओ. Yes, Oblivion's Curse, Turudat. Very good. So, how many of you want to answer the question? Who has written Pincher Martin, Free Fall, and The Inheritors? Pincher Martin, Free Fall, and The Inheritors. Let's see. Let's see किसको आंसर आता है. अरे पार्था, that was just the example of the book. Don't buy that book. Okay, very good. One person, William Golding. Nice. This one person is answering. Good, good, good. Okay, in which book there are two girls, they meet each other in old age and they recall their past life, and the book is divided in 4 parts. Go for the next one. Old Wives Tale. Pooja Singh, बहुत बढ़िया, शाबाश, very good. Now, what is the name of the third act in Man and Superman by G.B. Shaw? बेन ओगरी पढ़ना है आपको. बोलो. What's the name of the third act in G.B. Shaw's Man and Superman? Don Juan in Hell. Proper name is Don Juan in Hell. Now listen, so it's quite simple. In V.S. Naipaul's House of Mr. Vishwas, this family, they would speak in a language, a secret language, in the presence of white people in the house. According to V.S. Naipaul, a secret language which was used by the family member was the actual language. English, Hindi, Spanish, French. कौन सी language थी? कौन सी लैंग्वेज थी, याद है किसी को? Hindi. No French. Hindi. That's why VS Naipaul becomes very, very important. It's Hindi, not French. Remember that. This is how they're going to ask you some questions. In which book they have used the myth of Haitian girl, Fisher King, and Icarus myth? Haitian girl, Fisher King, and Icarus myth. Malay, I have read your message. I'll try to visit Kolkata very soon. Very nice. बहुत बढ़िया. Now tell me this famous thing. In which book we have a character? It's quite simple. You can simply answer me. Myrtle. Myrtle. Myrtle is killed in a car accident. Name the book where we have a character Myrtle. Let's see आपका brain कितना चल रहा है. Myrtle. शीर्षक फॉर ब्लेंडेड लर्निंग एंड पीएचडी टॉपिक है, उसके लिए आपको इन टिप्स जाना पड़ेगा. वेरी नाइस शीर्षक, वेरी नाइस. द ग्रेट गेट्सबी. Yes, Myrtle is the one who has the affair with Tom Buchanan. It's a very nice answer. In which book of E.M. Foster we have the motto of only connect? 2 times asked in net exam. Only connect. Let's see your preparation. Shabash. बहुत बढ़िया. Howard's End. Nadine Gordimer won Booker Award for a famous work. Name the famous work. Nadine Gordimer's. Howard's End. That is Howard's End. Nadine Gordimer कौन सी बुक के लिए बुकर अवार्ड मिला है? Just one man is answering all the questions, huh? Criticism में रिंकी जी, writers are important. Coleridge is very important. Matthew Arnold, T.S. Eliot, and Plato. Now remember this. Plato, why becomes very important? Because he is the base of imitation theory. My missus. Then after this, Aristotle, they may ask you 6 parts of drama. Write the 6 parts in order. Let's see how many of you remember my lectures. ड्रामा ट्रेजेडी के 6 पार्ट्स को ऑर्डर में लिखो. राइट इन ऑर्डर. ऑर्डर में लिखना, ऑर्डर में. यस, आई कैन सी. वेरी नाइस, बहुत बढ़िया. ऑर्डर में 6 के 6 ऑर्डर में चाहिए. फोकस एंड प्रेशराइज योर ब्रेन. लेट्स सी. एक मैसेज में लिखता हूँ पूरा, अलग अलग लिखो तो आई वोंट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड. शीर्षक घोष, यू डिड अ मिस्टेक. फिफ्थ एंड सिक्स्थ में गड़बड़ की है. सॉन्ग इज फिफ्थ, स्पेक्टिकल इज सिक्स्थ. प्लॉट, कैरेक्टर, थॉट, डिक्शन, म्यूजिक, स्पेक्टेटर्स. सिंपल. Yes, Manisha is right. Now, after this, Horace, you can avoid, but in Horace, remember the term poetic license, the concept of decorum, and purple patch. What is purple patch? A paragraph which is full of unnecessary use of literary devices. What is decorum? The proper way, the proper arrangement of great thoughts, great emotions, great expression. The writing style. यानी कि proper औचित्य सिद्धांत. And then what is poetic license? That the poets can coin new words. Poets have rights to talk about new images, new definitions, new kind of imaginations. Primarily, it is related to words only. Poetic license. Now, after this, John Dryden becomes very important because he's the first English critic. So, who are the four people involved in the conversation in the work written by John Dryden? उनके चारों के नाम बताओ. Arju, that is very good. If you have prepared my audios in perfection level, that's more than sufficient. Don't forget the last result, blind man topper, 64%. Then another topper from Jaipur. Then another topper, this girl Neha from this crash course. 64, 64, 67. ये percent थे उनके. Critus, Lycidius, Neander, not Meander, Neander, Eugenus. Good. Now after this, Dryden के बाद क्या होता है? Alexander Pope, he is not very important, okay, because he imitated Horace. But after Alexander Pope, you have to go for the romantics. And in Wordsworth and Coleridge becomes more important. Coleridge talked about the imagination and fancy concept. Imagination was divided in two parts: primary imagination, secondary imagination. Primary imagination क्या होता है? Primary imagination is common for all of us. Secondary imagination में only the poets have better understanding, so their imagination is far better than the common people. So what is primary imagination? Primary imagination is that I can look at this book, you also can look at this book. That's primary imagination. But you look at this book and take it as a book. I look at this book, I think about the color, design, pattern. I also know the value of the book in future. I also talk about the poetries, emotions related to this book. So technically, secondary imagination has standards. So secondary imagination, my imagination is better. Why? Because I applied many things. Secondary imagination is like a plastic thing. It's very simple. You can just give it any shape. That's why Collins called it esme plastic. So this time, what they simply do is that plastic, or it's like esme plastic means in secondary imagination, you can break it, you can reshape it. Collins says it dissolves, diffuses, dissipates in order to recreate. I'll make it very easy for you. How many of you have seen elephant? We all have seen elephant, right? But elephant is so big. How the elephant comes in our eyes? How can we see? Elephant is big, eyes are small. How can we see elephant? You know how? Because the brain, it reduces elephant size according to our eyes, according to our panoramic view. That's what the primary imagination can do. Sorry, secondary imagination can do. Now, this is my palm. You two have a hand, right? You two have a palm. Can you imagine? Okay, can you imagine the elephant on your hand? Do that. Tell me if you can do it. Do you have the strong imagination? Can you do that? I can imagine. Yes, elephant is in my hand. I have seen elephant, I have seen my hand. All I have to do is I have to make my hand bigger, elephant small, and I can do it. Who did that? Who made elephant small and hand bigger? Brain. This is called willpower. So secondary imagination has your willpower, your belief, your longing, your own past learnings. In short, you can use uh, according to your will. So I made elephant small, my hand bigger, and I arranged them together, and I can feel that yes, there is an elephant in my hand. That's secondary imagination. Collins क्या कहता है? It dissolves. खत्म हो जाता है, मिक्स अप हो जाता है. It dissipates, diffuses in order to recreate. That's why it's called plastic. That secondary imagination becomes very important. Now, tell me, what is fancy? Multiple secondary imaginations involved together becomes a fancy. Now, see, we all have seen beaches, right? Beaches देखे हैं, गोवा सबने देखा है. Even on television, movies, you all have seen beaches. Now, seeing the beach and imagining about the beach, the beauty of the beach, imagining the beauty of the beach becomes secondary imagination. Now, think about this, the beaches, then think about this beautiful music, think about your divine music, secondary imagination. Then take Pepsi, you have seen Pepsi, and you have tasted it, you know the taste, it becomes secondary imagination, advanced imagination. You can simply imagine yourself that you are at the beach listening your favorite songs with a Pepsi or a Coca-Cola in your hand. Can you do that right now? Can you do that right now? Yes, you can do it. And that's called fancy. Three secondary imaginations: beach, music, Coca-Cola, involved together with no reference of time becomes fancy. And fancy is fake. Fancy is not good. According to college, fancy should not be used in literature. So remember this. This is how fancy and college talks about these things. So Goa se वापस आ जाओ. Now the next question that we have is, बेटर लिटरेचर के जैसे रिवाइज करें लिस्ट ऑफ आंसर में, तो आई नेवर गेट एनी आंसर फ्रॉम यू. ओके, गुलनाज का मैसेज है दैट ब्रिटिश लिटरेचर को कैसे रिवाइज करें, आपसे जवाब नहीं मिल पाता है. हाँ, सॉरी यार, इतने सारे मैसेज दिखाई नहीं देते हैं, लाइन से चलते हैं ना, बहुत सारे लाइन से. इस वक्त 389 लोग, 389 लोग लाइन पे हैं, ऑनलाइन है. सो लास्ट मिनट ब्रिटिश हिस्ट्री कैसे रिवीजन करें? यू कैन नॉट रीड ऑल दीज बुक्स, यू डोंट हैव टाइम, बट कैन यू जस्ट रिकॉल 5 बुक्स ऑफ डिकेंस इन द ऑर्डर राइट नाउ? आपको 5 बुक्स डिकेंस की ऑर्डर में याद है? कैन यू सेट देम इन ऑर्डर? पिकविक पेपर्स कब आएगा, उसके बाद निकोलस निकलबी कब है, फिर ओलिवर ट्विस्ट वो कब आएगा, फिर ग्रेट एक्सपेक्टेशन वो कब आएगा, फिर टेल ऑफ टू सिटीज कब आएगा, फिर हार्ड टाइम्स कब आएगा? कैन यू सेट देम इन ऑर्डर? इफ यू कैन नॉट डू इट, यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड. Because मैंने हमेशा बोला, I kept on telling you that if the writer has written 5 to 7 great works, they may ask you to set them in order. Previously in the exam, they have done it. Even in my exams, when I was attempting again and again, I was confused when they asked me one question to set them in order. All the books were written by V.S. Naipaul. I just didn't know one work, Suffrage of Elvira. That I didn't know. And just because of that one particular book, I could not set them in order. So remember, the most important writers, they may ask you, how many of you can set Chinua Acheb's famous works in an order? Things Fall Apart, No Longer at Ease, Arrow of God, Man of People, Anthills of Savannah. कितने लोगों को याद है? मुझे तो याद है. I have made an order. मुझे तो order याद है. How many of you are going to do that? नेट की बातें करना और नेट पास करने में बहुत फर्क है. Remember that. तो शायद मैं बातें नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, लेकिन आई नो पास कैसे करते हैं. थिंग्स फॉल अपार्ट 1958, नो लॉन्गर एट इज 1960. उसके बाद आपका आता है व्हाट आई हैव टॉट माई सेल्फ इज, चीजें खराब हो गई, थिंग्स फॉल अपार्ट, एंड नाउ यू आर नॉट लॉन्गर एट इज, नो मोर कंफर्टेबल. व्हाई? बिकॉज किस्मत, एरो ऑफ गॉड, थर्ड बुक. उसके बाद अल्टीमेटली वी आर सोसाइटी, मैन ऑफ पीपल, एंड द एंथल्स ऑफ सवाना इज द लास्ट बुक दैट आई रिमेंबर. सो दैट्स हाउ यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. 15 दिन बहुत हैं संगीता जी, 15 दिन बहुत हैं. जस्ट रिवीजन पे जाओ, रिवीजन पे. प्रियंका जैन, अभी क्लासेस बंद हो गई हैं, छुट्टी हो गई है, वी हैव कंप्लीटेड द कोर्स, सब लोग घर पे पढ़ रहे हैं. जस्ट रिमेंबर, क्या है, ओके, हाँ, लिटरेचर इज लाइफ. आशीष जी, यू आर राइट. लिटरेचर हैज रिफॉर्म्ड मी. It has made me a very different person and very happy person. Very much satisfied, okay, happy, accepting life. And I mostly spend my time with pet dogs and street dogs, like they are people, outside. That's the difference. इग्नू स्टूडेंट्स, देखिए इग्नू स्टूडेंट्स का प्रॉब्लम ये है कि उनके पास मटेरियल तो होता है, बट दे हैव नो बेसिक क्लासेस, सो दे एक्चुअली मिस द बेसिक थिंग्स. यू कैन जस्ट कवर अप बेसिक थिंग्स, बट नॉट नाउ. इफ यू आर माय स्टूडेंट, you already have material. See, just tell me this: 15 days, do you have my material or not? If you have it, you're an online student, offline student, ask yourself, Are you prepared with everything? See, to talk about Vineet sir, I want to be like you, and to work like Vineet Pandey, there are two different things. So be honest. If I have given you, suppose I have given you only 100 audios. So are you prepared with those 100 audios? If not, then don't complain. Just ask yourself, कि sir हमने ही नहीं किया अभी तक. Today when I was asking my students, I asked them that I just asked 15 to 20 questions which are very known, easy, and I marked those questions in the classrooms. You are not answering. Who will be responsible of your failure while other students are answering the same question? They had no answer. You know what? If you fail the exam, society will blame you will blame me, I will blame someone else, and ultimately, you will be the one without result. So just work hard. Don't let people blame you. Just be honest. Whatever I've given you, please cover that. That's more than enough. I've given toppers in the list. Toppers are yaar. Mostly when I get 100 students, I know that 80 are not going to cover those things. Only 20 follow it blindly. I want you to be at least in those 20s. Just follow what I say. Just do that what I say. Sir, CSI are not my cup of tea. So सर में English literature नहीं होता है. Yes, Shweta, private lectures are being provided to online student. Prerna Tolani, there is a video on how to prepare for entrance, your Delhi University entrance. I have students also, and you can just find my video there on M entrance. See, psychological theory, Diksha, psychoanalytic theory is quite simple. Freud was the first person who wrote interpretation of dreams, came to talk about the dreams, the mindset that we do not speak. See, the if you remember नाना पाटेकर का मूवी क्रांतिवीर आपको याद है? आपने एक नाना पाटेकर की मूवी देखी होगी. उसमें वो बात बात पे बोलता था इधर छोटा दिमाग है, छोटा इधर नहीं मारना है. This is not chota dimag. This is the subconscious, unconscious brain actually. Freud came with this idea that mind has preconscious, unconscious, subconscious, and conscious things. Most of the students, when they study, they do not read preconscious. They just go for conscious, unconscious, subconscious. What you speak is your conscious decision, conscious brain. We also call it register. We also call it lang. You think and then you speak. But there are many things you don't speak. What happens to those thoughts that you actually don't speak? वो उनका क्या होता है जिनको आप कभी नहीं बोल पाते हैं? कैसे करते हैं आप? सपोज करो कि you want to eat a piece of cake, but your parents are very much concerned about your weight, and you're also concerned about your good looks. So you want to eat, but you equally don't want to eat it. Conscious brain says don't eat it. Unconscious brain, it wanted to eat it. Subconscious, you still looked at that piece. You just, yaar, kha lete yaar, acha rate kitna hai. Giving reasons to yourself that, okay, let's not eat. What happens to those desires which are suppressed? These suppressed desires get stored here in the unconscious brain. And they are in both manners, willingly, unwillingly. Sometimes you store it knowingly, sometimes unknowingly. Now, I can give you the easy example, very simple example. Delhi has दिल्ली में क्या होता है? दिल्ली में होता है कि पार्किंग इश्यू में फाइट हो जाती है, ड्राइविंग में, हॉकिंग में बहुत फाइट होती है. So Delhi is very much criticized and very much hated for this thing. Why Delhites are so much in anger? Why? Why the road races are becoming very frequent? ऐसा क्यों गुस्सा आता है किसी को? You know why? Because that road race, जो गुस्सा है दिमाग में, that's not of one day. That's of many months. You are driving back to your office. One person parked a car in a wrong way and you got delayed by 20 minutes. You were angry, but you controlled it because you cannot say anything. You are a good person. Second day it happened, third day it happened. Months are passed and you're like, okay. You're, control, Uday, control. If you remember, कहाँ से reference लिया मैंने? You're just controlling it. One day, this will come out of your brain. So one day, suppose You were controlling yourself, you didn't want to fight, but that person came to you. Why are you honking? Why are you honking? And it's you who has been troubled by him for many months, and you said, "Ruk, तेरे को मैं बताता हूँ." The road raise. This subconscious, unconscious brain controlled your brain. So technically, Freud studied this. The id part, super ego, and ego. Conscious brain is known as super ego, where you think, then you speak. I am talking like a teacher because my social role is of a teacher. So what I'm speaking is not the reality. What I'm speaking is the duty, the need of time. So it's the exam. I am the teacher. I should do it. That's why I'm doing it. But the id part is totally unconscious, totally unknown. Here you don't know what's going to happen, what may happen. It's stored in your mind. And what is the ego part? Ego is half known, half unknown. Like you all are preparing for net exam. That is your super ego. But how many of you actually wanted to become a professor? How many of you actually wanted to be professor? No. 50% of you don't want to be a teacher. It's just that most of you are girls. Your parents said that teaching is safe for you, good for you. We cannot send you for modelings. We cannot send you to be a journalist. We cannot send you abroad. So just become a teacher, right? So all those who didn't want to be a teacher are trying to be the teacher. So their attempt to qualify net is super ego. But when they're alone, they keep justifying whether I should go for teaching or I should go for journalism. That's ego, half known, half unknown. And id part is the anger. You wanted to do something else. Your parents made you do something else. Your brother didn't allow you to go outside. Your teacher didn't allow you to study. Your friends didn't allow you to share the jokes. All those do's and don'ts stored in your id part. It becomes the reason of crimes, anger, psychosexual energy. So most of these things are the part of these. Freud applied those things. Freud applied these theories, and he talked about that literature deals with what is said, but the literature should deal with what not said, what is still avoided, what is hidden. That's what D.H. Lawrence studied in Sons and Lovers. Sons and Lovers में Paul Morrell doesn't talk to his mother Gertrude Morrell in a way where he can just reflect his emotions. It is the study of his psyche, that the lady was very much possessive about her son, and here we studied Oedipus complex. So this is the concept of Freud, and Jacques Lacan made it easy. Lacan said that human psyche is divided in three parts: imaginary, symbol, sorry, imaginary, symbolic, and real. I think I have talked about this thing, so you can watch my previous videos of psychoanalytic theory. You can also go for my video on archetype because I can answer other questions. Imaginary, you are a kid, mother is most important, she is the most important power structure. In symbolic, father becomes most important for power structure. Both imaginary, both symbolic, you are in artificial personality. Real personality is unattainable. Real personality is very much impossible to connect. It's unattainable. It's in two conditions possible. Either you are in the womb, means totally satisfied, or you're on the deathbed. So please remember this, because there are certain questions how to study in 15 days. See, अमन दास क्रैश कोर्स की लड़की ने भी 67 स्कोर किया था, 67%. सी 15 दिन, 15 days, एंड टॉपिक्स कितने? ब्रिटिश हिस्ट्री, अमेरिकन्स, इंडियंस, criticism, theories. 5 year, 5 topics. You all have studied those things. You have the notes. Now revise that in one day. You will complete 2 A's. If it is Anglo-Saxon Chaucer, then you can cover 3 A's in a day. Anglo-Saxon Chaucer, Elizabethan, 1 day. Next day, Restoration, Augustine's, Pre-Romantics, because Augustine's is very small, only 4 or 5 writers. Restoration, only 4 or 5 writers. 1 day, I think not 1 day. मैं तो कह रहा हूँ आधे दिन में. Okay, so divide 2 days, 3 days, 2 days, 3 days time. Then world literature, German, French, 1 complete day. Africans, Afro-Americans, 1 complete day. English in India, culture studies, 1 complete day. Then 1 complete day for paper 1. That's simple. That's what you have to do. That's I do. I give 1 particular day to 3 to 4 units, and then I just end it up. And yes, if you are still struggling with your memory, please get up at 4 o'clock. आप में से जितने लोग सुबह 4 बजे उठते हैं, मेरे पब्लिक नंबर पे मैसेज डालिए. Take a challenge. That's why मैं 4 बजे उठ के पढ़ रहा हूँ. Sri Lakshmi, we are Malayalis. Yeah, I love Kerala. I've been to Kerala. Kerala is one of my second home. It's beautiful. Okay, T.S. Eliot as a critic. Ashish, if you have my audios, I think आपको बता चुका हूँ मैं. T.S. Eliot is known as the bridge between criticism and theories. T.S. Eliot is one of the most educated critic, a poet, a critic, a philosopher. He himself said that I am the addition and individual talent and other works where he has talked about the Hamlet as an artistic failure. There are a few more works you can deal with T.S. Eliot. He is very important as the bridge between all those who want to know more, because I think there is an issue with connection. It's unstable. So I'll have to stop it here. Contact me on the given numbers 85870 and write your queries, because there are many other queries that I could. If you just text me on given number 85870 you'll get all those things. So thank you so much. Bye bye.